a turn button.
No, we have a turn button.
Oh, this is...
I don't even know. I'm not a technical human being. This is Peter Tork. I'm Dennis Tardon. Peter Tork, how would you describe yourself? How do you introduce yourself? What would you say to people who are sitting there going, I know that face. I'm sure. Look at that smiling face, that smiling,
Relate to camera,
pleasant countenance. So how would you introduce yourself? Would you help?
Well, it depends on the context, of course.
All right, introduce you in the context of reasonably spontaneous conversation.
Where's my script?
No matter how hard I plan it, I have a difficult time being spontaneous.
My sentiments, exactly.
Exactly. So tell me, how would you describe yourself?
Well, presuming that everybody here has heard of me,
Yes.
that guise, of the kid, I would introduce myself as saying, hi, I'm the person you've heard of.
The Monkees, right? I mean, primarily is your identification.
Oh, the primary,
right?
primary hell, this is it. That's it. There's just no... I mean, my public life began and ended with the Monkees with a few little, like, subterranean flare-ups, like cable TV interview shows.
That's right.
And which won't be seen in my hometown because you don't carry, Theta does not go into Venice.
No, they did.
You dogs. I mean, not you, the audience,
Venice.
but you, the establishmentarian here.
Sure. Well, it's just a question of laying a few pipe.
Of course it is, and why should they lay pipe before the marina has taken over Venice? I mean, afterwards it'll be much more lucrative.
So you were playing as a monkey for a while and had a lot of fun with
playing
it.
and working, and
a lot of fame.
Oh yeah.
Was it a lot of
most.
dreams realized for you?
No. A lot of conjectures were realized.
Yeah.
Not exactly.
What
dreams.
was realized for you? What was that time like for
What
you?
was realized? Well, I actually seem to have made and spent real money. Now that's a realization. You know that all that money as a realization. That's really something. It was very interesting because I thought, I'd heard all the stories, flash in the pan successes who make a lot of money and then they go down the tubes. I said, this isn't going to happen to me.
Not Peter Tork.
No, not me. But as a matter of fact, I did not learn how to save my money, and I didn't know how to spend it either. I mean, if I'd known how to spend it, at least I'd have had some more tangible results. The results I did have are almost entirely intangible. That is to say, there's a lot of people walking around who spent some very, very stone times that they otherwise would not have spent, presumably. Although some of these people, I think, were professional finders of money, and suckers up of other people's well-being. And I certainly, basically the truth is that I had no serious, competent, concerned, involved professional money help.
Management.
Yeah, well, the management, I did have some management, but it either was not involved with me personally or did not stand to gain by my financial success. In other words, the management of the Monkees operation, the less money I made, the more they made, so that our financial interests were divergent. Of course, every penny they paid me came out of their pocket, right? Divergent hell. They and the people who had financial interests, whose financial interests paralleled mine, that is, my money managers, did not have any understanding of my professional situation. They were a good and a competent crew, and I don't have too much to say against them, except that they did not know how to cope with the flash-in-the-pan type of success. They were accustomed to dealing with people who had made their money long and slow and hard over the long haul.
Yeah.
And
well, tell me some
light at the end of the hall with
some of the intangibles that you glommed from this time.
Well,
great experience.
I had some great fun. I did make an awful lot of records on my own account, which I never would have gotten a chance to do. They just said, go ahead into the studio, and I didn't even know I was paying for it at the time, but afterwards I found out, but I had that experience. Now I know how to produce a record. At least I know how to produce a record as of then, and production has not changed all that much since 8-track. I mean, there's a lot more difference between 4-track and 8-track than between 8-track and 32-track, surprisingly enough, at least in my judgment.
Where are you now, Peter?
Is this Tuesday? It must be Santa Monica.
It is. It is Santa Monica. And how are you a different human being than you were at that time?
Well, God, if I hadn't learned anything.
Well, you might not have. You could have
That's
been
true.
bitter and found you sleeping in the gutter, in lower
Venice. I am in Lower Venice, thank you very much. And last night,
and
after
by
a
the
fight
way,
with my wife, I slept in the... no, Barbara, if you're listening, that's not true. I know, I'm kidding.
Where are you now?
I'm in Venice.
Mm-hmm. Where are you here mentally?
Lower Mongolia. I don't know. A lot of what was true then about me is true now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still boundlessly optimistic. I just have had to revise my time scale. That's all. I thought things were going to come together in a matter of, a couple of decades. Now I think it's going to take a couple of centuries.
What is coming
if not
together?
Millennia. Well, basically, I see it as an evolutionary necessity on the human part of the human race to get serious for a while. An evolutionary necessity on the part of the human race.
What a great set of words. I've never heard them put together like that.
Where's my notebook?
You can't have notes on a spontaneous program.
I'm going to write this down. I'm not going to read a note.
Tape of it.
I do?
Yes.
Am I going to get a copy of it?
Congratulations. Where are you evolving?
Wait a minute. Me personally?
Yeah.
There's no goal.
Uh-huh.
I mean, how are you going to have a goal? When you've got there, then what?
Yeah. I don't know. I know I'm trying to...
There is only process. Heavy. The medium is the massage, as it were, as we've heard.
You enjoyed playing?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Playing with other... Like, we're beginning to play. We're finding out something about one another. I'm trying to look into your eyes.
I'm not at all curious about you. I just want to put myself over to
just
broadcast.
Right out. I'm here for me.
That's right. This is strictly a one-way street, Jack.
The hell with
I'm not interested in... Cable, I guess I can say nasty words, can I, or can I?
In a way. Sure. You can't... You can say them, but people will sit back and go, that was in bad taste. So if you want people to go, that was in bad taste, then go ahead and say whatever you please. We don't edit.
No bleeps?
No bleeps. So
what did he say?
Well, what I'm trying to do, and what is the purpose of the program, or where we're going, is to find out, because you had all these wonderful things that so many people out here seek.
I still haven't finished my previous reasonably spontaneous line of conversation over here, which was evolution.
Develop that.
Oh yeah. This was the... wait a minute. My serious mode. The system of interplay in this country and over the vast majority of the surface of the world, which values competition, individualism, and essentially aggression over the forces of cooperativism and community, as a system which is inherently damaging to each and every one of us and evolutionarily necessary to abandon the sucker and get on with the business of getting together. Because, as I once said in a reasonably spontaneous mode, we have to stick together or we're all going to come unglued together.
Well, I sure followed those last 8 or 10 words for sure. And so,
capitalism is on the way down. Socialism and communism is the only conceivable way that we're going to be able to get... No, don't use those words. Communityism. Cooperativism. These are the things. Basically, capitalism and fosters aggressiveness, and is based
capitalism.
on. Suit yourself, Jack.
No, in one sense, I want to discuss this with you. What an interesting.
Are you playing devil's advocate?
No, I'm playing mine in the sense that I say that whatever the market will bear. Yes, I did touch you.
That's all right.
Whatever the market will bear, pay a price for it. So I'm
lovely, but you think so? But I see that you have jeans and a clean pressed shirt, and you're sitting and
I live in a nice home.
That's
I'm
right.
warm.
That's right.
I'm nourished.
And now here's the situation. Insofar as there is just enough to go around,
yes.
Every time somebody's got more than he needs, somebody else is less than they need
sure.
and is dying of starvation and lack of material well-being. Insofar as there is more than enough to go around, maybe there's a little room for some people to play around with. However, until we get everybody to the level of they all have what they need and we're, secure, at least on that material basis, we won't know whether there's enough to go around or not.
Yeah, you're right.